Well, everyone was thinking this one entire thing, that why India is not reacting on anything, whatever is happening in the war. We all know what happened with IRS Dena in the coastal nearby the Sri Lanka, and it was almost just 200 nautical mile away from India. Everybody was so quiet after US attacked that entire ship, and Iran was so furious enough. But now that we see that Jaishankar has come in front, and he has actually given up the very witty answer, that he has said that it was not our water region, and whatever he has said goes aligned with almost all the international water laws which have been made in the UN by itself. So basically, let's just get down on the part that what S.J. Shankar meant, and is India really correct in this entire matter? And if yes, then how is US reacting on this entire part, and how will the whole relation between Iran and India would still go? Because as we all know, that Dr. Ayatollah, who is the ambassador of Iran in India, he has said that we have enormously good relation with India right now, and we just want it to, go to another level and all of that. And also, their supreme leader Khamenei has always been so much inclined and praising India like anything. So let's just get into it. But before that, hello everyone. This is Shiva Chitranshi, and you are watching Global Shark right now. So basically, S.J. Shankar went in an event, and when he was asked about this entire matter, he came up with an answer. He said the entire part where this accident took place, where this war zone took place, was 200 nautical miles away from our place. So we do not have a choice to go there and attack. And in that entire region, the water ports of Israel, US, UK, and France as well was there. If we could intervene into that entire situation, it would be very dangerous for India, because our it would be like we are coming into the war. And for a country like Iran, we cannot do it right now. That wasn't Jaishankar saying, but that is the crux of what he wanted to say throughout this whole time. Now, getting on the second point, which is the most major one, which S.J. Shankar mentioned out here, he said in that entire region, there are so many countries overlapped. And when IRS Dena asked us to help us, we sent our navy there. We sent one more ship out there so that we could rescue people from there. But more than that, we cannot do anything on this entire matter. And after that entire incident, on 4th of March, we have actually given shelter to IRS Lavan, which also came from Iran, to get into this whole maritime event which is happening in Vishakhapatnam. That was the Milan event. So in that entire case, India did whatever India wanted to do in that entire situation. But we weren't just bragging about it. We weren't just flexing about it. And that entire place, it was nearby to Sri Lanka. So basically, if they were sending some radars that they were into some danger of they are under attack, then Sri Lanka was the first one, and it has to help them. Matlab, it's like the place where it happened, nearby countries were Sri Lanka, Maldives, and all those places. India was way much, beside that entire place where accident took place. So we aren't at a fall that we weren't being able to get there and all of that. Second, he came up on the opposition part. He said that opposition is claiming up and actually degrading the image of India internationally right now. We don't have to go with entire thing. We have helped them. That is all we need to know. Now, getting on this entire point, the only question which comes in mind of every single buddy right now is that India has always claimed that we are point. So India has always claimed that we are going to safeguard every single body who is coming under the radar of Indian Ocean. We have always claimed that we are going to safeguard almost all the countries. And now this is a very valid question, that Iranians came to join our event. But out here, S.J. Shankar came up with another statement. He said, until and unless IRS Dena and other three ships who came from Iran to India were in our zone, nothing happened to them. As soon as they went to the zone of US, China, Israel, and all of those regions, only then they were attacked. So, but I feel like India should have been a very, they should have taken a foremost step against it. They should have raised voice against it. Whatever Sri Lanka is doing right now, India could have done the same. But India has clearly choosing its side. You need to understand this one thing. Geopolitically, nobody is a friend, nobody is an enemy. Everybody looks up to their profit and losses. And in this situation also, India looked up to the profit they are having right now. We all know that Iran has almost taken up the war with more than 13 countries right now in this entire world. And us being an Indian, we have good bilateral trades with the European Union, then we have it with US, then we have it with UAE, and then we have it with Saudi Arabia and many other countries who are there, settling down on the Middle East. So just for Iran, a country who has always told us and who has always alleged us with the fact that we have oppressed so many minorities out here, we cannot just go into this entire matter and take their side. No, 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 you're wrong and everything like that. We cannot do it. That is not humanely, and that is a bullshit if you're going to do something like that. We have to go with the allies we have made right now. If war comes up to us, Israel is going to take part with us, not Iran. You need to get that thing clear. Iran has always had good relations with China and Russia. They were the biggest allies of Iran. In fact, if you leave Russia for a minute, China was that one country who has taken 70% of Iran's oil and has always claimed that you should not give it to US because US is your enemy, and no matter whatever happens, if US comes to you, I am going to protect you. But where is China right now? Where is Russia right now? All these ministers in China and Russia are doing is just showing their condolences to Iran. But do you think that anybody of them has come up in front and, put up their soldiers out there or gave some military assistance, gave some AI assistance? No, none of them have done it. So in the similar manner, if these countries who have claimed and taken leverage and fortune out of Iran, if those countries are not standing up, then India has no such reasons to stand there. India is a developing country. We are not developed yet. You need to get this thing very clear in your mind. We need to have bilateral trade talks and investments, and all these countries are really important for India in the upcoming era, which we are going to touch. Where we want to become a such trillion economy and all of that. We need investments right now. And in this situation where world is going, for the war and everything, India just has one friend who has always been there with India, that is Russia. But there is always a problem with Russia. Russia himself is in a war zone. It's almost a war-torn country. We cannot really expect Russia to come with us and then let's now get against the world. That cannot happen. Russia gives small help to us. That's it. But leaving Russia, do you think India has any friend right now? We have our Bangladesh and Pakistan who is continuously attacking us. Nobody is on the hand of Russia, of India right now. We need to make more alliances. So we are seeing this clear opportunity with European Union, Israel and UAE. All of these countries are actually and wanting to have good connection with India and wanting to help. Israel have had very good relationship with India. Israel has almost, if you start from the historically war of 1960s till now, Israel has always helped India in almost every single crisis. Even after the fact that India has always believed in the two nation theory. India has always believed that Palestine should get their autonomous status and Israel should be given their autonomous status. Even after that, both of these countries were a good friend. So India out here is clearly making its stance very clear. But again, every story has a twist. In the similar manner, this entire story has another twist going on. So basically, the war between US and Iran versus Israel started because of the nuclear asset these countries are having right now. So in this entire term, you see, Iran, if I would be very clear, is not that wrong. But Iran is getting very emotional and then attacking everything. India is taking their sides. But now, if, as we all know, that this entire attack which US has done on the Iranian ship and all of that, now if Iran gets into a hectic mindset, gets into a very ambush state, then they can actually attack India also. So this is the possibility we could come forward. But then since India has docked their next ship IRS Lawan to Kochi, then I feel there could not be possible circumstances like that. But then everything is hypothetical right now, everything is unpredictable right now. I don't know whether we are getting towards the World War III or something like that, but we are surely under the radar of so many countries right now. We are in the center and we need to be very much careful. And beyond being careful in the war, we need to save our investments and deals right now. We need to have money to actually secure ourselves, because if the war comes in, country will be locked. We need to have good investment and money. We cannot get into a very drought situation and then going into the war. We need to be equipped, and that is what India is trying to do right now. We have always believed in multipolarism, but right now India is indirectly taking a very pro-Israeli side by maintaining good humanitarian, responsibility with Iran and all of those countries. But still, we are going with the power, and that is the rule of the game. When it comes to the war, you have to go with the power and not with the weaker sections of the world. That's all for today. If you like such geopolitical update, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe Global Shot. Thank you so much for watching us.